Fuck Gecko. I'm all about that sheets. It's time for another episode of Ticking Out. Break it down.
Oh, yeah, big boy.
Damn.
We're back again.
Fucking special Thursday edition. Well, I guess we'll post it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll post it tomorrow. The good thing about Thursday editions for me is it gives me a little bit of time to actually put everything together.
Instead of rushing it out.
Yeah, dude, if we do it on Friday, like we do it Friday morning, Friday like afternoon, I'm always in a spot because I'm like, well, I need a couple hours after we record to put it all together and make sure I get everything out and make sure I don't forget anything because I always fucking forget something.
I know it's a bitch, but I'm glad that you handle that stuff because I just push shit out and don't care.
I wish you'd fucking handle it, but that's okay.
I'm not doing that.
Nah. So Thursdays are good Thursdays are better for me just because it gives me that little bit of gives me that little break where I don't have to do it right after we finish, which is nice.
No, I'm a big fan of the Thursday ones.
Well, let's fuck it. Let's jump right into it. You're talking about dropping shit out. New Al Sum out this week, huh?
Yeah. Little Martin Brodeur. I wanted to give you a shout out for the intro for putting that together for me. People didn't know who that was. Someone asked me, I won't name any names. They asked me if that was an old coach. And I said, motherfucker, that's Sean Avery, dude. The bad boy of the league.
Wow.
Dude,
he was something else, huh? Back in the day.
I liked him. I mean, I hated him with the Rangers, but dude, if he was a Penguin, he'd have been like a Matthew Barnaby, dude. Like you want him on your team.
You want him on your team, and that's the thing. That's the thing with a guy like that. You never want to play against him, but you always want him on your team.
Oh man, he was tremendous at just stirring shit. I forget who he was playing for at the time, but someone on the other team was dating one of his exes, and he just straight called him out in the interview. Was like, I don't know why everyone's trying to get with my sloppy seconds. I was like, God damn, don't care.
He don't give a shit.
Nah, they had to make an emergency rule about him when he got in Brodeur's face.
Oh yeah, that shit with Brodeur in the playoffs, dude.
Yeah.
He was literally turned around staring into Brodeur's eyes, probably talking about like, yeah, you left your fucking wife for the nanny, you little bitch. Like,
was it the nanny, or I thought he left his wife for her brother's wife?
He did. Well, so anybody who doesn't know the Martin Brodeur story, it's a sports story, but we can cover it because it's drama related. Brodeur played for the Devils. Brodeur had a wife, and they had a child. And from what I understand, because I read into it, because I wanted to check into it before I put the intro together. I wanted to make sure I got all the fucking bits right. But from what I understand, Martin Brodeur and his wife invited his wife's brother and his wife. So it was the brother-in-law and then his wife. They brought them into their house to help care for the child because, Brodeur's playing 82 games a season.
Right.
He's out on the road and whatnot. So they brought them in to help, and she was very much like a nanny to that child from what I understand.
Okay.
And then he just ended up started fucking the brother's wife and was like, man, fuck it. Yeah, dude. Crazy.
I know, that's what Sean Avery was bringing up too.
Oh, dude, standing in front of Brodeur trying to throw him off his game, being like, yeah, dude, I fucked your ex-wife's sister, and now she's my
it's
you
crazy.
Could just fuck with them. So like, Brodeur, that's a weird situation to be in, right? Because he's in the limelight too, and then to pull something like that, it's like you couldn't find any girl anywhere else. You had to fuck your wife's brother's wife, right?
Yeah, dude. She must have had the bomb.com, dude, because
she had to.
Yeah.
Dude, he probably had the nanny
you know
cams
what?
up. She was probably scrubbing her snatch at some point. He was like, dude, I got to taste that shit. And that's the
He
problem.
was probably at the Madison Square Garden locker room looking at his phone from the nanny cam and was like, I'm going to go home and hit that.
Well, she was like, and that's, man, you could hit as Martin Brodeur. You're a devil. You're on the road.
Oh, dude.
How
Pipe
many
layer.
how many pieces could you smash without having any problems at all?
And you just want to
Well,
start
you
the
go to the
ultimate.
nanny.
Yeah.
You go to the nanny. You go to the woman that helps take care of your child, and you're like, oh, you're helping take care of the child. Well, you got to see where this kid came from. Like, let me give
Oh,
you a piece
man.
real quick.
And it's not even like it's 1995 when he's doing this shit. Like, there's he don't care. Like, hey, you're going to be in the tabloid, especially with the media up there. He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So I kind of commend him for that. But
agreed. The thing that's crazy to me is how far that stayed out of like all the news sources and everything.
Right.
Like it was never blown up the way it normally would be, especially in today's society. Like that shit gets blown up crazy.
Oh, no doubt. That'd have been the
he gets pushed out of the league for that. They let him keep playing. Like, yeah, this is one of the best goalies of all time. Let him keep playing. Nobody knows that he was like, fuck the wife. I'm going to fuck the sister-in-law.
Yeah, he just must have knew that, man. He must have knew that his stature in the league was way more than what the tabloids could do to bring him
He's like,
down.
I'm up there with Patrick Waugh. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
like, you ain't going to say shit.
That's why, like, I kind of named that song after him, dude, because I always like to name my songs about obscure people. Like, people that you kind of forget about. I think people kind of forgot. Like, I got Drew Bledsoe, and, yeah, that's why I named it that.
Run this down 5-10 years, and people are going to be like, Martin Brodeur, who the fuck's that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and people already got there.
One of the great goalies in the league, but also one of the great sleazebags in the league.
No doubt, dude. I just, like, when I make the reference in the song that I've been talking to the devil, not Martin Brodeur, that's definitely a knock on him being a fucking douchebag.
Like, yeah, being low level human being.
Yeah.
Now, dude, so we mess with that a little bit, right? We mess with that back in the day. You change beats like
all the
fucking
time.
Rappers change women. You were just you're like, man, fuck, dude. I heard a new beat. I'm like, all in on that. And I'm like, okay.
And I ain't gonna bullshit you, dude. It was one take, and I downloaded the instrumental and I sung it to myself, and all the breaks were perfect. And I was like, fuck it. I got this new mic and I did it, and I was like, that sounds good, man. So I just put it out.
Future reference out, like, you know, when you're like, all these breaks fit perfect, like I'm telling you, we should spend more time than one take on them, and we should get them going. We had some good stuff going. We had some good stuff going with that song a little bit beforehand.
Yeah, then I got my ears got fucked up.
Yeah, dude,
I couldn't.
You had to take a long break.
It's weird because when my ears get fucked up like that, I can hear myself talk, and I can't. Dude, it sucks. I hate it, and then.
It sounds like your ears are full, right? Like they're
right, and they're constantly ringing.
I have the same kind of shit at times.
Oh, dude, I hadn't had it since high school, man, and I stayed up all night on New Year's and got fucking sick as fuck.
I'm a super like allergies and bullshit like that always hit me hard. So a lot of times I find myself like waking up in the morning and it just feels like there's so much liquid in my ears.
It's the worst.
Where I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. And especially trying to be a musician and just trying to listen and trying to sing or something like that. It takes a lot of it away from you.
Right. No, I didn't even like talking. I seriously had to keep my headphones on and just listening to shit because the ringing was just unbearable.
Right. You never got it. Never got that checked out, did you?
No, it went away.
Yeah, it just went. You're just like, fuck it, it'll go away one day.
Yeah, fuck the copay.
That's kind of where I feel. Like, I will say nowadays I got decent insurance, so I ain't scared to go.
I got decent insurance too. I just like, this is gonna go away, and it finally, dude. It took a long time, but it finally did. But
well, dude, I've been dealing with this little bit of a thumb injury. Smashed a hand. I was building a crib for the baby.
Bob the Builder, huh?
Yeah, dude. that's been on the list a lot lately. You know, we've been picking up some tools and things. I'm like, well, we're gonna have to start putting this shit together. We're gonna start putting the house together. We got to start getting everything in order. So it's like
It gets
time
down
to
to
pick up
crunch
some
time.
tools. Time to like start being Mr. Dad a little bit here and there and get everything ready to go. And I fucked my thumb up, and I've been trying to deal with that. And it's one of those things where I'm like, hopefully it'll just go away. Like hopefully one day I get up and I'll start using it, and I won't even recognize the fact that it's been bruised and swollen and.
It'll go away.
It'll go away one day. The biggest downfall is fucking Xbox, man.
Yeah,
I've been
dude,
trying to
that's
play some video
terrible.
games, and I'll tell you what, you can't get into any good video games without a good right thumb.
No. Oh God, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, man.
Dude, it's
That's
tough.
like-
I've actually tried to play some games, and like I try to play them with a flat hand, so I'm using like my middle finger and shit
Right.
for the stick. But like when you got to transfer to the triggers and whatnot, it's no good. You're losing time.
Fuck, you're gonna have to get like Monopoly or something. Something low pace.
So you have Monopoly, right?
Fuck yeah, dude! I play that game every night before I go to bed.
Can I say I had it? It was in my sights last night.
It's cheap now.
Well, there was a $20 bundle on Xbox. It was for Monopoly Plus, which I believe is what you have.
Yeah.
It's some other bullshit, and it's another like called like My Monopoly, where you can customize the Monopoly board. And I was so close to buying it and making Salzburgopoly real quick.
Oh
and then,
damn, that's gotta
dude,
happen.
I was gonna invite you to it last night. This is no joke. I haven't talked to you since last night. I was looking at it. It was a $20 purchase, and I was on the verge of buying it. And I was like, dude, I'm setting up Salzburgopoly tonight. I know the first two spots on the board, right? It's the little 2-piece that is like the cheapest
blue.
fucking spots.
Oh, the cheapest.
The
yeah.
cheapest spots in the game.
What would you?
I was
put?
like, Quick Pick and BP on the hill, like BP on the flats. You're telling me those aren't the two most low end establishments in the Salzburg area? You're lying. I was like, dude, that's a perfect way to start the board off. And then you get into like the food shops where you go Fox's, Sorellas, and insert random name here. Shit, oh, dude, because we almost got into that back in the day. You remember that, right?
Yeah. What were we trying to fucking do? Wow.
So we bought we went on Amazon.
Wow.
And we purchased a board game
I forgot
that was like I still have it, Al. I still have it. It's still in the mountain of like board games and puzzles and shit I have back here. So this one, it was an Amazon purchase, and it was like create your own Monopoly. So essentially you could print off like your own properties and stick them to the board kind of thing. I was really excited about it. But the biggest thing to me was it wasn't like actual Monopoly. It was a ripoff of Monopoly.
Yeah, I remember that. The game was so whack. And
So,
the
like,
rules were different or something.
Right. When you really looked into the rules and all, it didn't work exactly the same. And everything I had set up for Salzburgopoly was based on like Monopoly rules. Like pull a chance card. Go ahead. Chops runs you over with his cart. Spend 2 days. Spend 2 days up on the flats at the
family
doctor's office. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, shit like
I
that.
know.
Lose your next 2 turns.
I remember getting stoned, and either you or Caitlin had a notebook, and we would just sit there and fucking rattle shit off.
We still have that notebook, and let me tell you, there was a day where we probably got stoned. More often than not, we got stoned. We drove around Salzburg. Do you ever remember driving around Salzburg in a car with us and taking pictures of random things?
I wasn't with you, I don't think.
You weren't with us?
You sent me
we did it
pictures.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude,
thought
we
you guys
sent
were
pictures of
fucking
like
feds or something.
the Lions Club. We went down and got pictures of we got Foxes, Sorellas. We had all the pictures. I was ready to print all this shit out and fucking put it on the board.
Dude, I completely forgot about this.
Dude, it was such a good idea. It was so great. And I was like, man, like if I had control from beginning to end, it would be the perfect fucking board game for anybody who's grown up in Salzburg.
Exactly.
I'm thinking like board pieces. Like obviously you're gonna have a shopping cart. You're gonna have a skateboard. You're gonna have a BMX bike. Like
right.
You're gonna have certain things as pieces to move. And I was just we spent a little bit of money on that, like make your own Monopoly. It was a great idea, but when it showed up, it was great in concept. It was not great in
execution.
That's the exact word I was looking for.
Yeah,
Al. Execution.
I'm
It was not perfect in execution. It was just like, it's kind of like Monopoly. I understand that you're trying to be like the game, but this isn't Monopoly, and I wanted Monopoly.
It was corny. It was whack.
But I will say, back to the Xbox thing though, there is that game on there, and they do offer something where you can manipulate the different squares on the board and like make your own like middle of the board kind of thing. So, dude, in fact, I checked, I looked, and I was like, yep, we should just buy it. And I had it on it. I was getting ready to click the A button, and something inside of me was like, you know what, dude? No, because you're going to do this, and nobody's ever going to fucking play it.
Right. It could be tough to, to share it like that.
But I've had the thumb problem, so I've been trying to find games that I could play that aren't too intense. So that came to my mind last night. You were on. I sent you a message last night. Like, what are you doing tonight?
Oh, I was out, dude. I think I ate like 7 melatonin, and
you gotta eat 7 melatonin for a body like that, dude.
No, I just do it because there's no gray area. It's fucking 0 to lights out before you even know it, and then I wake up and be like 3:30, drool on the side of my mouth, like holy fuck,
dude. If you wake up with drool, you wake up with a pile of drool next to you. You had a good sleep. Dude, I love those sleeps, man.
Fucking man, I remember back in the day being stupid, eating like 10 Benadryl at once to trip,
and then you pass out.
Well, dude, no, I remember hallucinating on them. I was in Avamore with Tony, and we were in his basement, dude, and we thought there was a dog in the fucking basement, but there wasn't. I did it 2 times. I did it one time with him, and then the other time we went to pick my sister up at fucking Jackson, South Carolina from boot camp. I promise you, dude. We went to that fucking, that King's by like in Delmont, that area, that King before you get on, you know what I'm talking about?
Before you get on 66 going towards New Stanton.
Yeah. Dude, there's a gas station there. I went in there and got a thing of fucking Benadryl. 16 of them. Dude, woke up. Dude, I was sleeping before newsstand. Woke up in Charlotte, North Carolina for the first time. Not even woke up from a complete whoa. And we were in a traffic jam. There was a huge wreck, dude. People were outside of their cars and stuff. So I get out and I'm like looking at my phone. Like, what time is it, dude? And my dad's fucking walking around the car, and he looks in the back and sees all these little foils. And he was like, how many of them fucking things did you eat? And I was like, I took them out and put them in my pocket. I didn't eat them all, but I did. They come in 2 halves. Yeah, dude, woke up in fucking Charlotte. I was like, what the fuck? I quit doing that shit, dude. That fucking shit's stupid.
I'll tell you what, you're lucky you're as big as you are, because you probably would have been 6 feet in the ground multiple times for the amount of things you've done, and you just get lucky because you're a big fella.
I know. I went 8 days sober right now, so I've been drinking coffee like a motherfucker.
Yes, Al. Yes,
dude,
I love it.
8 days sober.
I guarantee you feel fucking great, son.
Oh, dude, I did a low carb, high protein diet. I've been feeling good.
I'm a big fan, Al. Yeah. I'm on your side on this one. I'm hoping it fucking really catches and you.
I think so. I've tried numerous times, but the binge drinking was getting ridiculous. So that's what I mean. If it wasn't,
it gets out of control at times, dude.
And I'm not gonna blame, but my work schedule, dude. When I was working 6 days a week, I was cool. But then when we went to swing shift, and I'll be off from Thursday night to Monday night, dude. It's like, check this out.
And what do you do? Yeah, it's like.
And I do the ultimate dance with the devil. I wake up hungover, and it's like, I'll just get a bottle of whiskey.
Well, if I start drinking now, I won't feel so bad in an hour. So
yeah, and then
let's
next thing you know, dude, it's Monday night, and it's like, oh my god!
And I got to go to work tomorrow, and I know exactly how I'm gonna feel. But
yeah, Yeah, and it's just even they said at work, they're like, "Oh, you look motivated." It's like because I'm sober, dude. Like I didn't drink for 3 days. Like the energy levels are through the roof. But speaking of work, I was driving through. We were driving through fucking Iowa, and I saw an Osmos truck. Remember, I used to work for them. The fucking
Which one? Which one is that?
that was the pool. That was the pool. The utility.
The poll
shit.
check.
Yeah,
Al the poll checker.
yeah. And I was like, man, you know what? Because that's what me and you was hanging out all the time. Because I'd always come home from the road, like Ohio, and I just go right to your house.
Well, that's what's up. Because we used to hang out almost exclusively before that, and then you got the job checking power poles.
Right.
And you were like, well, I'm gone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You were staying in like motel hotels, right?
Right. Yeah. And I was all over the place, dude. Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio. And I liked that job, dude. I mean, I was in good shape. We were walking like 10 miles a day, but I was eating nothing but fast food. But, man, I was thinking about that job, and I liked it, dude. Like, I like the people I worked with. But living on the road gets old, man. But,
it's same old. Yeah, hotel rooms are the same bullshit every night. I mean, you're eating the same fucking It's McDonald's, Burger King. It's fucking. What can you find within a couple miles? It's quick and easy.
Right.
So you're pretty limited, you know.
And you work with someone 8 hours a day, and then you got to go, that shit, and then you go back to the same room as them. And
it's essentially it's like a partner. It's like it's like a girlfriend, boyfriend, anything like that. This is somebody you're spending a lot of fucking time.
Oh, and he was cool. I mean, I don't know if he even still. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he was cool. But I was thinking of because I had some fun. Like, man, I remember being down in Mississippi for an ice storm, and I loved it because in the morning they had to brief you, like, hey, this is where you guys need to go to there or whatever. But there'd be a lot of times they wouldn't need us, and they would say, well, we'll call you. But then you're on the clock, dude. So I'd just be laying in my hotel bed like 8 hours free pay.
So you just got to be ready to go if they call you. But at the same time, you're like, they're probably not going to call me today.
Right. Yeah. You knew after the briefing if they were going to call you. But
you ever like you get one of those days and just be like, fuck it, I'm getting hammered today?
No, I would wait till those 8 hours were passed.
Okay, so you actually you waited out the full 8 hours to make sure you were sober on the job before you.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna start pounding on Milwaukee license and go trying to find a fucking power line that's broke. But I started thinking like that. I had some funny stories from there. I remember, dude, getting shocked and knocked to the ground a couple times. But the one that stood out the most, and I forgot about this story until I seen this truck, was I stumbled upon a nudist colony, and it was the craziest 45 minutes of my life.
Did you walk up to the nudist colony, knock on the door, and be like, yeah, I'm here to check a poll?
No. Here we go.
Dude, I'd knock on the door and be like, yeah, I'm here to check a poll. And they'd be like, which one? And I'd be like, all of them.
No, that crossed my mind. But we if somewhere in northeast Pennsylvania, I can't remember the town, but we'll be able to look
Pennsylvania.
it up. Yeah.
Okay.
It's up near Erie, and I can't because all that shit just is blank to me because I'm terrible with directions. But anyways, we would have this little tablet that showed all the pools we had to check.
Okay.
And that was it. It's just little squares, but you could tell the mileage difference. Yeah.
Question: is it like a GPS
Yeah.
setting where it's like, hey, this one here, this one here, this one here, and you're like, okay, I just got to check those before I go home.
Right.
Okay.
And you could tell, because we would try to save our easiest work for Mondays and Fridays.
All right.
Because there's times during the week, dude, you'll check a pool and you're walking a half a mile to the next one.
Is that a lot? A half a mile or not?
Yeah, for checking power lines, fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
They call them cross country pools. So I would look.
I've never checked power poles in my life.
I know.
A little bit of background.
I know. I got a little mean there, but if you looked on the GPS, you would see ones that were real close, and you could tell that was a neighborhood because they'd be back. You know what I mean? You think of how many on the streets, how many power lines are back and forth, whatever. So I'm looking and I see a horseshoe. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude, that's gonna be easy as fuck. Because you start at one end and end at the other, and you're right, where you need to be.
Right back where you started from, Maxine.
That's right, Maxine, bitch. And so Thursday I had wrapped up some cross country pools and didn't do. There was 2 left,
So, and I was working by myself at the time because the boss was training somebody. So I was like, hey, drop me off at these 2 pools and I'll finish those and I'm going to hit this, whatever it is. I was thinking it was a summer camp because I had been walking through the woods and stumbled onto like Boy Scout camps and shit.
Okay, so you're talking like just random brownies and scouts and whatnot, you know?
Right. And judging by the GPS, I could tell that there were houses or something there. There was people.
Okay.
So anyways, I finished these cross-country pools, and I'm walking through the woods, and I come through the thick, and this is giant, wide-open dirt road, dude. Huge, two lane. And I start walking. I could see a gate way down at the end, dude. It's probably about 200 yards away. And I was like, holy shit. So I start walking down this dirt road, and a couple cars come past me, grilling me, dude. Probably because I'm walking with a white shirt on, a green vest, a hard hat, the biggest one they had that was still probably 3 sizes too small.
Big head.
Like,
what are you
looking at, bitch? I got a shovel and a drill in my hand. I'm like, all right. So I start walking down this path or whatever, and I see a sign to the right. It says, no photography or video. All violators will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm starting to think like they're filming a movie. I'm like, so I keep walking, and I get to this gate tick, and it's seriously like, you ever see the Jurassic Park gate? It's huge, dude. It's fucking huge. And I looked to the right.
Nobody's scaling this fucking
No.
gate. Nobody's getting in here unwanted.
No, but from the gate, dude, I can see this beautiful lake, dude. Huge. And just all these little fucking double wides like around. I'm like, what the fuck? I get to the gate and look, dude, it says, welcome to Whitethorn Acres, a premier nudist colony.
Whitethorn Acres.
It's Whitethorn, I think. It's something like that. I know if you Google it'll be something
I'm going to try and Google it right now, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, kind of scared, dude. I'm like, but I have this permanent smirk fixed to my face. So there's a thing on the gate that says press for service. So I like see all these cameras. I'm like, well, it's too late to turn around now. And these are the last ones I have to do. So I was like, fuck it. I hit the thing and then someone comes on and I was like, hey, I'm Alex Summerson with AEP. We're here to check the power lines. You guys had it scheduled or whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, we were expecting you or whatever. So he said, someone will be down to let you in. I'm like, all right. So now I'm like, it hasn't really hit me yet. I'm like, I'm smiling out like a nudist colony. What the fuck? And so these gates open, dude. It's some motherfucker looking like John Candy from Vacation at Wally World picks me up in a fucking golf cart. I'm like, all right, dude.
Was he nude as well?
No, he got security on.
He was fully clothed. Okay.
Yeah. So they takes me in, and then they take me to like this little security shack, like at Kiski Prep. You know what I'm saying? Before you can get
I know exactly what you're saying because I've delivered pizza to Kiski Prep multiple times, and the amount of times I've had to go past that fucking security shack, and they're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm delivering this to the fucking stone Chinese kids up the road. Relax."
Yeah, dude. So I go in there, and I fucking I sign myself in and shit. And so the guy's like, "So where do you need to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you could take me down here." So now I'm into the fucking area, and it's just all these double wides, dude. And I guess it's these people live in Key West during the winter time and come up there for the summertime. So I get to where I need to start, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, dude. But when we're on the way there, this fucking loud ass like tornado siren goes off.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, that's to let the people know that someone with clothes is coming in. I'm like, are you kidding me? I swear to God, dude.
They were like, Al's coming in.
Yeah.
Everybody make sure you cover up your private parts. Don't let the fucking outsiders see your titties.
No, they didn't give a fuck, dude. So I get to the first pool, and the basic inspection is I got to hit it with a hammer because you got to try and find a dead spot. If you hear, like, you can hear if it's rotted out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like 8 a.m, dude, because when I first woke up to go out, I'm like, dude, these fuckers are going to be pissed because it's going to be loud as fuck. So, dude, I'm banging on this pool, and I hear a double wide door open, and I'm trying not to look, dude, and I look, and there, this dude on his porch, butt ass naked, looked like Frank Zappa. Swear to God, dude, Harry looked like Frank Zappa on his cell phone, looking at me, and I'm just banging on his pool. He doesn't say nothing, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. So
who is this clothed intruder in our?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get out of
I'm
here.
Scared now.
Let me see your dick or leave.
Dude,
get out of here.
Right, you got pants on, dude. Take those off. So like I checked the pool real quick, and so I gotta start walking down the road into the fucking community, dude. I look to my right, and I swear to God, dude, I remember telling my mom this because I called her as soon as I got out of there. I was like, "You're not gonna believe what the fuck just happened to me, dude." There's 3 guys grilling for breakfast, all butt naked with hats on, like old dumpy ass, and I'm fucking, dude. If there was video of me walking through this place, I'm smiling from ear to ear, and I'm trying not to. I'm like, dude, I cannot take it. Like these old saggy asses everywhere.
Cover
And
that
so-
head. Cover
Yeah.
that head on your neck and not the one between your fucking legs.
Exactly.
Get
So
out of here.
I'm checking pools, dude. Like checking and doing my little inspections, tagging it, putting my inspection tag on it, and I'm like, you gotta keep it together, El, because these people are gonna think you're fucking with them or something. So I keep, like I said, I would check a pool and then get back on the road and start walking down. And dude, these 2 old ladies, every bit of 65, just with towels around their waist, titties hanging out, give me like good morning. And I was
They were
like,
covering a snatch up. They were like,
Yeah.
you don't get to snatch unless you're in on this.
but the titties are out, and I'm staring at my GPS like I'm not making eye contact. And then they give me the, hey, good morning. And I was like, yeah, how you doing? Like, oh, dude, I'm fucking dying inside, man. I cannot take this shit. And I text my boss. I'm like, yo, dude, you got to come pick me up. I'm not walking back through here. I'm at a nudist colony. And he was like, good one. And I was like, no, dude. Like,
You wish
come
I
down
was
here.
joking, son.
because they had the same GPS. So I'm just checking pools, dude. No homo. And dude, hey, the gas man was in there, and I gave him like the head nod. Yeah, he was reading meters. They must have scheduled everything for the same week, and I gave him like the smiling head nod, and he gave me the smiling head nod back. But I was like, you know what?
Bro, are you as confused by this nudist shit as I am? Like,
I was like, dude, we got to stick together out here, man. We got clothes on.
clothes
it's-
brethren over here, please.
Right, dude. And so I'm like getting to the end. It's almost the end, and I'm banging on this pole, and I hear a dead spot, and I'm like, fuck. So now I got to give it a full inspection, which means I got to dig out 6 inches on each side, and I got to bring out the drill, which is loud as fuck, because I got to drill to see how far rotten it is.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, son of a bitch. And I promise you, dude, I'm fucking drilling, and I hear a door open, and I'm like, someone's coming. I could feel someone's presence. And he's getting close. He's like, yeah, good morning, sir. I'm like, fuck. And I get up. This guy's butt ass naked, dude, probably like a 45-year-old man, standing talking to me with his hands on his hips.
Probably a little thumb between the bush hair and in between his legs.
I've never stared someone in the eyes more intently in my entire life. And he goes, so, what are you doing? And I don't want to say inspecting pools when there's a guy butt naked talking to me, dude. And I was like, I'm with the power company inspecting the utility lines. And he's
Dude, I'd have been
"Yeah."
like, I'm inspecting poles all week. You need something?
Yeah, dude. Like, looks like yours has already been inspected, sir. But I'm like, dude, my corneas are burning through his. Like, I'm not like, and I'm just telling him what
Not
I'm
breaking eye
doing.
contact. I'm not looking at your
No.
dick, I swear, sir.
And he was like, oh, I'll let you go. And I was like, all right. And so I did a couple more, and I see our truck coming, and my boss looks at me with this jaw dropped, and I was like, I don't
He was
know
like, you
what-
weren't fucking around. were
Oh
you?"
man, it was crazy, dude. But I actually, as soon as I got off of work, I looked it up, and it's the home of the largest outdoor nude volleyball tournament. And ESPN, the magazine, actually had 2 of their writers go down and participate in it and write about it.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big deal, dude. But
So
I tell
this
you
white,
what,
I'm gonna assume. Let me interfere here real quick because I was I googled real quick.
yeah.
You got the do you have the screen share up, sir?
Oh, I do not. Hold on. Where's my
Yeah,
goddamn
bring it
mouse?
up because I believe Whitethorn Lodge is the
Oh,
name
I
of
see
the
it.
place,
Okay.
correct? You
Yeah.
see this? Can I also say right underneath it says a family nudist
Oh, yeah.
campground?
I
And-
looked and saw it said there's like youth week and shit.
Do you have screen share up? Because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm looking at there's
Look
a
at all the
poll.
moles on her. Ugh.
Yeah, she's a little moly.
Dude, that is weird, man.
But she
That
also
is-
has a kid. She has a girl to her left and a boy to her right that are very young, and they are.
And
they
look
are-
at the old dude swimming in the pool with the noodles. Staring
They're
at the little
nude
boy's
as
noodle.
shit. Like
Uh,
they let these kids walk around there just butt ass naked, looking at like, man. Let me tell you though. Let me tell you, they got the clubhouse. Clubhouse is super cool. Just
What
hang
the
out with your wang out.
fuck?
Well, look here. You see that? Dude, I'd love to.
I'm
They
telling
have
you, dude.
Tennis, volleyball, and pickleball courts. Look at her. She's got a solid ass for as old
dude.
as she is. She got a tramp stamp, too.
She played in college. I guarantee it.
Yeah, she got a tramp stamp right above her ass crack. She's got a decent ass. I mean, she's got to be 50 plus.
No doubt.
She stays in shape.
Dude.
But let me put this out here, Al. Look at young lady here.
Oh my god,
dude. If I had to walk around with nude girls like that all week, I'd be walking around with a straight hard like
no
you
way.
could fly a
Dude,
flag from my dick.
No, they're just churching it up on the ads. There was nothing like that in there, Tick. There was no one in there under 60. I promise.
This couple looks like they're 22 in perfect
That must have
shape,
been.
and I'd probably suck his dick if I had to.
It must be great. It was great.
Like
They got a bocce court.
Yes. No, that's what I was getting to. They have a bocce court. And I was scrolling through it. I was like, oh, you guys like the bocce ball. I'm in on that. Can I want to see your titties drag against the ground when you go to pick the balls up.
Dude, it's just, I don't know. The whole kid thing freaks me out. That's fucking weird.
That's weird. That's weird to have nude children in the entire, man,
Dude,
nudist colony is one thing, but once you start putting children into it, it gets weird. I wonder how they get away with that. You know what I mean?
It's probably some sort of I don't know. I don't know.
Because
Darlington, Pennsylvania. That's where it was.
Dude, I'm telling you, put that anywhere else, you're dealing with pedophilia charges and shit like that. These people are obviously allowed, from this top, this right here. I'm like, dude, those kids are 10, 12 max.
Dude.
And they're sitting with their feet in a pool and completely naked.
I don't know.
So weird.
Yeah, fuck that place, dude.
What do you think the chances of me getting the wife in on this are?
What, dude?
White Thorn Orange. Wife, you want to go rock around with some naked people for a weekend or so?
Dude.
Indoor bathhouse. I wonder what they do in there.
I know. It's just freaking me out, dude.
It's handicap accessible too. So if you got to rock around in a wheelchair with your little dong hanging fucking.
Yeah, that has a blood flown to it and fucking 7
When's the
years.
last time your dick was hard? 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh man.
I probably wouldn't be welcome because I don't think my body or my brain could handle that.
No, I could, dude. Like I said, when I was walking through there, I felt like I was tripping on acid. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
And you should have. You were like, is this real life right now?
Yeah, I didn't know these things actually went on, but yeah, that was osmos, man. That was I didn't work there too much longer after that. I quit to go do concrete with fucking Whiskey Dave.
Dude.
Now I'm in Iowa, so you can see how my life is.
Well, now you're in Iowa, and that's fine. Man, checking power poles, and then you just stumble upon the old fucking nudist colony.
Dude, it was.
And then you got to show up and you got to check. Yeah, I'm checking poles, and they're probably laughing at you. They probably think you're some kind of jokester coming in.
I was worried about
here to check polls, sir.
Have you ever watched The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage? It sucks. It's a terrible movie.
Never seen it, and I'm glad I have.
To make it real short and sweet, he stumbles upon a feminist colony and they sacrifice him at the end. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about they were going to sacrifice old fucking Big L, the clothed.
Give the soul of the clothed man to the god, and he will let us live on forever.
Dude, I get scared a lot, man. I'm like I said, I'm 29 going on 16. But, dude, I was like, between having a permanent smile and fix it on my face there, I was kind of scared in there, dude. Like, I didn't want someone coming out and trying to beat my ass butt naked.
Right, and those people obviously think differently from you, and you're like, and they're in a group together, and that you are.
Dude, this place was. I'm trying to think of something. This place was fucking huge, dude. I forget how many acres it is, and it was fucking huge, man. I got in and out of there, dude, and I seriously, man, I went to a family reunion the next day, and I could not stop telling people this story. They're like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "I swear to God, dude, like you can look it up." But
they probably had about as much acreage as Neverland did.
Oh man, speaking of that,
have you heard anything about that?
Like you know me, dude, I'm not gonna sit down and watch shit because I don't. But I'm
not
like
into
read.
that either. I'm not in like I hate. Look, I'm not a television person. I have trouble sitting down and focusing my attention on something that just doesn't completely engulf me.
Right.
Like I have trouble doing that for long periods of time. That to be said, Michael Jackson, I've always been a fan of. Like Michael Jackson is the king of pop. I mean, Thriller, and you think of all of his other shit. He was fantastic. Even going back to the Jackson 5, dude. The kid was the star of the show. But dude, they released that fucking thing on HBO, and it is wild. It's wild.
Dude, I saw a lot of radio stations are pulling his content, dude.
Doesn't surprise me. So here's the thing. It's a 4-hour documentary.
Okay.
It's split into 2 pieces. It's part 1, part 2. So I started watching part 1, and me and the wife we like to watch stuff together. Stuff that,
as you should.
Similar interests, right? So, man, I got lost, and I got about an hour in before I was like, you know what? I got to shut this off because I know she'll probably want to watch this too. Because I'm going to try and explain it to her tomorrow. She's going to be like, I should watch it. So I'm like, well, fuck it. Watch it, and then we'll just watch the end together. So I was like, I'm an hour in, and I got her to watch the first hour last night. And for about 40 minutes, she was fine, whatever, cool, whatever. And then I came back up right closer to the hour mark. And, dude, she looked at me with the biggest face of disgust. Like, are you, like, what the fuck is this?
This is what's going on here.
Dude, these kids, whoo, boy. The funny thing is, I watch it and I go, well, the moms of these kids obviously loved this because they were getting showered. Like Michael Jackson was, even when I look back on Neverland as a whole, I'm like, dude, how did he have so much money that he could just have his own personal amusement park and not run out of money?
Yeah, right, dude. That motherfucker. I don't know numbers, but if there was one person in the world that had enough money to do that, it would have been him, dude.
It was probably him, but at the same time, who in the world has the appropriate amount of money to run a theme park at their house every day?
For Michael Jackson.
I guess so.
Straight up.
If you have that much money and you really want to suck little kid dick that bad, like, I guess you can pay for. Dude, it's weird. It's so fucking weird, man. And they're interviewing the kids that went through it. And you hear their side of the story. It was like, oh, well, we did this and we did that. And you like, there's jaw-dropping moments where you're just like, wow. Like, But at the same time, you're kind of like, dude, this guy was just legitimately fucked up from the beginning. Like Michael Jackson in general was legitimately just fucked up.
Oh, his dad
Something
didn't give them
wrong
kids
about
chance,
the way that he grew up, that he doesn't understand how human beings work and like how man, it was so fucking. It's so strange. And we're an hour into it. We're an hour into it, dude. I'm scared to fucking even go into the last 3 hours because I'm worried about what's going to be said. Like, I find myself chuckling, but not in like a non-carish way, but like I'm chuckling because I'm like, I can't believe this shit happened. Like this shit was allowed to happen.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Dude, yeah. If you get a chance, fucking check it because
I will.
It's weird. It's strange. It's not something I want to talk about on the podcast because it's fucking too dark for this shit. We try to have too much fun.
Right. We'll keep it at rated R, not NC-17.
So Al, we went to this excuse me. Dude, we went to this Tosser show on Friday. We had
Did they bring the house down?
Oh, dude, fantastic! Absolutely. It's March. It's time for St. Patty's Day.
Yes,
It
sir.
It is time for Irish music, if ever there was a time for it. And man, we went there. We got there fairly early. It was me, Whiskey Dave, and the wife. Me and Whiskey Dave have been fan of these guys for over a decade.
Okay.
Very long time. We've loved these. They've been one of the most like. Here's the thing. I'd love to say that it's almost like a Wu-Tang to you.
Okay. Well, shit.
But at the same time, it's hard for me to say that knowing that like Wu-Tang is so untouchable as far as like the band goes. But we went to see these guys and they put on a show. They were fantastic. We were waiting beforehand, and this little group in front of us, it was a wife and her husband. Apparently they came up from West Virginia.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. And you could tell that the woman was the one that turned around and started engaging us. She wanted to talk. And I'm not a social person very much.
Right.
Like you put me in that situation, I'm like, what's up? I'll shut my mouth and I'll listen and I'll nod my head. But I don't get too I don't intertwine myself in that shit, to be honest. But dude, she came up and she was like, hey, what's up? Like, how you guys do? You guys from Pennsylvania? Yeah, we live around here. And she was like, okay, well, me and my husband are looking, we're from West Virginia and we've been thinking about moving and blah, blah, blah. We're just looking for a nice place to move. Wonder what you thought about the place. Yeah. So it was like, oh, okay. No worries. I was like, all right, Pittsburgh's fantastic. As far as I'm concerned, Pittsburgh is fantastic. I love Pittsburgh. It's a little more laid back. You get everything that you want out of a big city, kind of, for the most part, without all the big city traffic kind of thing.
It's undefeated. Yeah.
Right. Love the city. And we kind of told her that, and she's like, oh, okay. Well, we're from West Virginia. And they started passing this dude. This bitch went on this big gun control thing.
Oh,
and I'm like, wait, hold on. I was like, stop talking, because I was like, dude, don't drag me into this shit. I don't want to be right. I'm at a concert. I'm here for a good time. I'm here to see a band that I absolutely love to my core. Like, I don't want to listen to you bitch about fucking political problems.
Yeah, and that shit.
Right. So, dude, she got real deep into it. She's like, they're trying to allow open carry on college campuses and blah, 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 blah. And look, I have my feelings on that. I truly do. But my feelings are very much just like anybody else's feelings, where it's just my own personal fucking opinion. Right. I'm not going to act like I have the answer, you know. But dude, she wanted to get into it, and she had no idea who we were. And she turned around and she came in so nice and nonchalant and was like, "Oh, hey guys, what's up?" And then all of a sudden started fucking digging the claws in and like, this is my agenda. And I was like, bitch, can you turn around and fucking leave? Because that is not what I came here for.
Yeah,
the biggest thing that sucked, the husband she was with was so fucking cool. He's in a punk band. He plays drums. I got his phone number. I got a guy's phone number before I left, because he was like, dude, I play drums. He's like, we might be moving up here. Like, let me know if you're looking to start a band kind of thing. And I'm like, shit, dude. Okay. So back to rap music.
Oh, no doubt.
And Big Al, because they're two in the same. We know Al doesn't fuck with anything but rap music.
I like class, but I think people get that mixed. I know a lot of music, man. And
let me say, yeah, I maybe came off wrong on that. You don't like, you're a rap, like when you put your own music out, it's rap, and it is not. Yeah. You're not putting not that you don't like classic rock or anything like that, or it doesn't inspire you any bit, but it's more of like when Al Son puts a song out, it's going to be a rap song kind of thing.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, that's I'd say 80% of what I listen to on a daily basis.
Absolutely. So we got into it a little bit earlier. We were talking about the new album. Fucking dude,
Yeah.
Martin Brodeur, super big fan of it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I love it. Wordplay's fantastic. All the good stuff. I wanted to ask real quick before we got into everything else. The long-term objective of this was to ask you how, like, what got you into rap music? How'd you get into it?
Right. I mean, I've thought about this before, and I guess, I mean, growing up in Salzburg, there really wasn't like an influence to why. I mean,
oh, here's the thing.
Rap.
I grew up in Salzburg too, right?
Yeah.
I had an older brother.
Right.
Who's 4 years older than me, and like I got tossed down a lot of rap from him because that's kind of what he listened to at the time.
Right.
So like there was even going back to like Master P and No Limit, like whatever. He was, dude, for sure. He was real big into that shit, and like that's how I got into it. But I'm thinking like you're 2 years younger than I am, so I'm like, how did you get into it, and what was your fucking pressing force to get into that shit?
Well, I got a quick story about that, but I mean, I always like pop rap, like when Nelly and stuff came out like that. But
Right.
It all starts. I mean, I used to read a lot of Shel Silverstein when I was a kid, and my mom would read it to me, and I always loved poetry and rhymes and stuff like that. And you know, rap music just really fit with that. But
it's a perfect crossover into music from that kind of.
I don't know, dude. I just always loved it. And man, me and Mark used to sit around and just stupid shit, be listening to the songs on the radio, and just, you know, you make up funny words that rhyme,
right?
You know, making a joke. And then I kind of got into it like that. But then I remember, you know, when I first got into Wu-Tang and stuff like that, and I was like, this shit's awesome, dude. And I would just spend time just looking up, because I listened to old rap. I listened to rap from like 88 to 2003, pretty much as golden era rap. But yeah, dude, I just fell in love with it. And I remember going to about.com one time and just typed in top 100 rap songs. And that was how I got into it. I mean, I didn't have an influence to me.
You just started hammering them out.
I did it on myself.
It was the genre that it was just like, I love these guys rhyming these words the way they do and spitting it the way they do. That and just kind of freaks me into it.
Yeah, I love the style because I love jerseys and shit. And then jerseys and hip hop just went, you know, hand in hand. And,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, I just loved it because I'd start listening to the Wu-Tang, and that got me to A Tribe Called Quest, and that Tribe Called Quest got me into the Souls of Mischief, and just how, you know, I was just dissecting it from all
one
levels.
One into another, like. Consistently evolving, like, okay, so it's more of like kind of just one of those things that just hit you, and you were like, this is the kind of music I like, this is what I want, and you had the balls to go out there and find fucking what you wanted to listen to, as opposed to what people were feeding you that you should be listening to.
Right. Oh, no doubt. It changed my whole style, dude. Like I started and then I loved rap so much I wanted to start rapping.
Right.
And then I started rapping when I was in like 8th or 9th grade, and I used to be good at freestyle, dude. I go to parties and have people fucking dying, but I killed way too many fucking, you know, ate way too many Benadryls. I'm not as quick as I used to be, but yeah, dude, I just love it. And then, you know, I started putting music out. I think we had 3 days off one time in 9th grade for snow, and I put out that mixtape with like 10 songs on it, and it shit sucked. But I used to make it to like have my friends laugh and shit, but then as I got older,
it's for everybody else. It's never for yourself, really.
Right. But then as I got older, I got better, and you know, people that I respected their hip hop knowledge would tell me like, "Oh, that shit was tight, man," and shit, that was just as good as making money to me, man. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate it." But
when somebody tells you, it goes, "Yeah, dude, I fucking love hip hop, and that shit's fucking dope," and you're like,
"Yeah,
oh, okay, well, I'm doing it then. I'm doing all right." Like,
nah, dude. So that's I love that shit.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask you. I mean, we got off in a long fucking. We got way away from where I had it planned to go. But that's something I wanted to ask you today before we got too deep into it. Now, I will say I do want to get into Tick's pick this week, the old music pick. Let me tell you something out. Today is March 7th. Right. When this comes out, it will be March 8th. It's fine. And you'll probably listen to it after that. But this is my time of the year, man. This is my fucking wheelhouse, dude.
Oh, dude, just heaters.
I'm an Irish music dude. I love it. I play it. We went and saw the Tossers last week, which is right up the fucking alley. Perfect for St. Patty's Day, drinking music. It's just what you with rap is like me with Irish music.
Absolutely.
Where it's just like I feel at home. I know what to expect. There's so many like traditional Irish songs that get played over and over. Whiskey in the Jar is one of them. I mean, you can hear you can hear the Dead play. You can hear fucking Metallica. Fuck Metallica. But yeah, if you want to hear, you could hear goddamn Thin Lizzy play it if you want. Or you could go into any other band that plays traditional Irish music, and they're going to give you a version of it too.
Absolutely.
It's just that time of year. It's that time of year where this shit starts getting played in the bars, and everybody starts kind of clapping their hands to it and having a little bit more of a smile. Well, it's fun for, like, a lot of people don't realize I listen to this shit most every other day of the year. Right. St. Patty's Day means nothing to me, but it's also a little bit nice for me to see people enjoying the music that I love. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So it's so much fun to see. We've seen it multiple times already. Like, you're just in a bar and like a weird Irish song comes on and the fucking people are tapping their toes and shit. And you're like, dude, you would hate this song 11 out of other 12 months. But right. I guess March is the time to do it. So it's March 7th. I figure it's time. It's my fucking wheelhouse. Tick's pick. I'm coming in with something Irish. And I'll tell you what, Al, I'm really excited about this one because let me tell you, this is an album I don't currently have.
Okay.
In my rotation. It's not in my record holder upstairs. It is on the way. I had to look it up the past few days. I was finally like, okay, what are we putting out this week? And I ordered this the other day, and I'm waiting for it to show up via Amazon. And dude, the Stiff Little Fingers.
Dude, you know I love them motherfuckers,
the Stiff
man.
Little fucking Fingers. Dude. You want to talk? And I decided this week because I could have easily went Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphys, whatever the fuck I wanted to. I could have easily did that. This week is Stiff Little Fingers because they're a bridge. They are very much a punk band, but they are Irish based. This band is just, you want to talk about a punk band. This is the epitome of punk. They grew up in a time of hardship in Northern Ireland in the 70s, in the late 70s and through the 80s.
Alternative Ulster.
It was a hard time in Northern Ireland. There was a lot of almost political unrest, very much like what we see a little bit today in our own country. This shit was going on in Ireland in the late 70s through the 80s, and these guys started in the late 70s. And if you want to talk about a punk band, these guys are the guys who wrote the meaningful songs about the shit that was truly happening.
Hell
like,
yeah, dude.
You want to talk about punk rock, these guys were like, fuck establishment, fuck the way they treat us. We want equality, we want, fun and love for everybody kind of thing. That is my almost definition of punk rock. Very much.
I'll tell you what, man, because I've texted. I didn't even know you liked these guys because it was just not on my radar.
Exactly. You had no clue I was into these guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, but like, dude, you ever listen to the Stiff Little Fingers that kick ass? Like, I watched that live video, man, where it goes from Johnny Was to Alternative Ulster live, and I was like, these guys kick ass, dude. It was zero influence from you, dude. I was just like, these guys are the shit, man.
So the band themselves. The only guy who has been steady through the entire fucking incarnation of these guys is Jake Burns.
He's still performing, ain't he?
Jake Burns is a fucking magician, and I love him. Let me tell you, I'll tell you two quick stories. I saw him when who the fuck did I go see? Dropkick Murphys. The Dropkick Murphys did a tour, I want to say in like 2010. where they did like this big Irish tour, and it was probably around somewhere this time in the year. But they had 2 stages. The Mahones were there, Stiff Little Fingers, Dropkick Murphys. They had Street Dogs were there. They had so many like different Irish bands. They had 2 stages going at all times. It was this big thing. And I saw the Stiff Little Fingers there. Now, I was a semi-fan when I went to see them there. And when I saw them there, I watched Jake Burns get up on that stage, and he sang every fucking song, every Stiff Little Fingers song, near perfect off of a record.
Hell yeah.
Like,
dude,
he sounds so great. And it wasn't just that. It was the passion that the fucking guys played with. You felt it. You felt it. It wasn't just like you were listening to the Stiff Little Finger. You could feel it in the air. Like it gave you something. And that was a turning point for me when the Stiff Little Fingers turned from like somebody I listen to occasionally to somebody that is truly a staple in my fucking songbook. Like that was the day. And then recently, a year or 2 ago, me and Whiskey Dave and the wife, we went and saw Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys toured together. And they stopped in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And we went and we're going to see them. And I'm ecstatic enough about the 2 of them showing up for that night. And out of the blue, Jake Burns, the lead frontman for Stiff Little Fingers, shows up and goes, "Hey, I'm doing an acoustic set for you tonight to open up the show."
Oh,
and
no
like,
shit.
Dude,
Oh, he
gotta
wasn't
be
even
kidding
scheduled.
me. And dude,
That's tremendous.
he was spot on. He played every song fucking perfect. You want to hear a great fucking band? Go listen to the Stiff Little Fingers. This album, Al, is called Fly the Flags.
No doubt.
It is a recorded live album from 1991.
I gotta say,
Back in
on
the
Spotify,
day.
bud.
Yes, it's on Spotify. Fly the Flags, 1991. You want to go through it? This is going to be, so it's in the mail right now, the vinyl itself. So I haven't listened to the vinyl recently because I don't have it yet, but I'm so excited that it's on the way. It was the other day I was looking around like, what am I going to do? And I was like, this is it. I just buy it, have it sent to the house. It's double LP. There's 4 sides to it. But when you really want to talk about the great songs, Roots, Radicals, Rockers, and Reggae, number 2 off the side 1, go ahead and listen to that. It'll get you fucking pumped up for the rest of the album. Nobody's Heroes. I've fucking named so many songs off this album that you don't even know. Gotta Get Away. Just Fade Away. Barbed Wire Love. They're gonna pull it down for you a little bit, give you a little bit of a love song with Barbed Wire Love. Johnny Was, the Bob Marley fucking cover, number 11.
Amazing cover.
Wasted Life. Beirut Moon. Listen to that song. If you actually take the time to look into what it's truly about, you really get the sense of Stiff Little Fingers. They are very much like they're pushing for equality. They're pushing just for the power of the people. Fuck the establishment kind of thing. Fly the Flags, Suspect Device, Each Dollar a Bullet, last song in the album, Alternative Ulster.
My favorite.
God damn it. If that guitar riff doesn't get you going when you start it up, then quit listening to music altogether, please.
No, that shit is man, that does get you going, dude. Loud as fuck.
Dude, I was so excited. Like, this came to me either yesterday or the day before, where I was just like, this is the album we're doing this week. And I actually went online. It's not an easy album to find on vinyl, but I've ordered it. It's on the way. I can't wait for it to show up. It's perfect timing for St. Paddy's Day. Next week, I will give you something that's a little more Irish, a little less punk rock.
Okay.
But man, what a way to kick into like St. Paddy's Day with the Stiff Little Fingers.
SLF.
Dude, any of their live albums, any of their studio albums, feel free to listen to them. If you listen to the live albums, you're gonna hear what you heard on the studio album. You're gonna feel a little bit more passion, which is fucking that's I lose it when I can feel that lead singer, the lead guitar, like just really ripping into it, and when you can tell that song truly means something to them, it just makes it that much more powerful to me. Like when I listen to it, it just means that much more to me. And
the live videos are tremendous.
This is one of the best live albums out there. They've got multiple live albums out, but this is probably one of the top ones that they've got. Fly the Flags, plural flags. It is just Jake Burns, Stiff Little Fingers. Any live album you can get, anything you can hear from them, they're a true punk band, which is really what fucking dude gets me going. It's not a punk band that wants to be a punk band. It's a punk band that truly just comes out and they sing about the problems.
Right.
And that's
the
the greatest thing about them. They're like, fuck it. Fuck everybody who thinks different than me. This is how I feel about it. That's what punk's all about. Like,
No doubt.
I was so excited about getting that fucking album out there this week for Tick's Pick. I just truly excited. I hope people take the time to listen to it. Give it a few songs. And if you're going to give it a few songs, any of those songs I just fucking hammered off in the past fucking 5 minutes, feel free to listen to them. If they don't get you going, the Stiff Little Fingers aren't going to get you going. But that means you got a problem. Because these guys just fucking, they get the blood flowing in me. They get me running around the fucking house. They get me wanting to punch a hole in the wall.
Exactly.
And that's the passion that I want to hear in every fucking album that I put and drop that needle on. I want to hear this passion. That's what I want to get going, man. But yeah, Stiff Little Fingers, Fly the Flags.
That's a good one. I like that.
This one, dude. And I knew that hit close with you because I know you're a Jake Burns, Stiff Little Fingers fan. And
dude, them motherfuckers are badass. What?
Yeah. Feel free. I'm gonna be that shit's gonna be rolling on the Facebook all week long, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be dropping different songs all week on Facebook up until next week. But yeah, Tick's Pick for the week.
Solid.
Feel free to listen to it.
And that's a certified banger.
Al, what do you got for us as far as SSP and
Dude,
for the week?
I've been drinking coffee and gambling since fucking 6 this morning. Dude, right now, I swear to God, I got Maurice. Oh, there's 1.8 seconds left. Hold on. It's 63-63. I got him getting a point and a half.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's going to overtime. Holy
it's going
fuck.
That's a garbage. That's going to be a terrible loss for you.
No, it ain't. It's going to OT. But, dude, I'm staying with the Penguins, man. They're going to win big tonight. I actually have a side bet.
They got the home at home with Columbus.
Yeah, just put these fucking cowards out of their misery. They're starting their fucking, who should be their third string goalie tonight. I can't Carapolo or something.
They're starting Corpusalo.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck his name is.
So
but,
they traded for Kincaid, and they're not even starting Kincaid tonight, huh?
It was 6-1 against the Penguins, and we beat Columbus 7 times in a row. But bet on them tonight.
Damn, dude, they didn't even consider playing him.
No,
who's coaching? John Tortorella, loser, extraordinaire.
I think he's been a healthy scratch. The only time he's dressed,
he's got to be until a certain point. I don't know if there's a certain point. There's a certain point in the NHL where you either get extra scratches or you can have a third goaltender, and I don't remember what the fucking case is. But
it's definitely something like that.
Right.
But since they've acquired him, he's only dressed one game, and that was when they played at New Jersey because they played like a little tribute thing to him for his.
So he can so he can skate out on the ice real quick. Go say thank you, New Jersey. I'm glad I let in 6 goals a game here.
And put his ball cap back on.
Fuck you, sir.
But,
fuck Corey Schneider too. Fucking loser.
Yeah, them guys suck.
Dude, Schneider just fell off the fucking face of the earth. But take them tonight, dude.
Pens tonight.
And I got
Pens on Saturday.
I got Kessel over 2.5 shots on goal tonight as well.
Absolutely. I'd take him over 2.5 shots on goal until he starts scoring again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know he's going to fire
money, dude.
He's looking.
It was minus 110.
Shit, dude. He's looking for a goal.
He's going to get one. And they're going to come in bunches after that because that's how it always fucking happens.
Absolutely.
But take them tonight, take them Saturday, and then we'll have money to get into March Madness next week.
Oh, March Madness. Dude, I can't wait. We're going to have everybody,
bracket.
everybody listening, we are going to have the break it down. We're going to have the bracket going. We're going to try and get it going a little bit early because I think they do open them up semi-early.
Next Sunday, I believe, is when they come out. So
okay, because we want to open it up. We want to get people in, and we're going to do it's got to be for money. We don't do it for anything less.
Right. We'll next week it'll be a perfect time to introduce all that shit.
Okay.
It'll be that championship weekend and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out this week throughout the week, and then we'll have everything set up for everybody next week so you can jump on, you can get in, you can send your PayPal money over and get your bracket in, and then figure that out as March continues on and we get closer to the fucking college basketball championships. Just fucking there's almost it's next in line to NHL playoffs for me. I love
it's great. It's the first weekend is absolutely
it's that
100% tremendous,
dude. You try and watch the NBA playoffs and it's garbage.
Right.
Watch these kids truly play for pride. Is something that just you can't beat and you can't get anywhere else.
And it's great television.
They're not playing for money, which is probably.
I don't know about that. Them guys.
Well, they're definitely playing for money, but they're not playing for like millions and millions.
Right.
And millions.
No.
So they're playing for like, hey, your mom can get this car if you fucking
right.
They're like, you can roll that way if you want to, but it's great competition. And that's what draws me into everything is just great competition.
Right. And I mean, all 300. I think I forget how many schools are they all got a chance. I mean,
every one of them, dude. Especially even the further we get, the more years we go down. That's the bigger chance that that 16 seed has to beat the 1 seed or the 15 over the 2.
And it finally happened. And,
right, and it's going to happen where these guys just start making bigger runs, and someday it's going to be a very big. It's going to be a parity league just like everybody else. We're looking at like 65 teams that are fairly similar.
Right. So, enjoy it while it fucking...
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts and take the good lines while you can get them, right?
Absolutely. So,
Al,
March...
last thing.
Right, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking,
transition it, son.
So, to the SSP, because March... Yeah, dude, I mean, it's hard to say now because it's fucking snowing outside right now, but...
March 7th is the beginning of March, and we're pressing on time.
And it's just, I love this time of the year, March Madness. The Pirates are starting up, and that got me to thinking about the SSP. What season do you like coming into more? Are you more of a spring person coming into spring, or are you more of a fall person? Because fall has its benefits too. You're talking football season,
right.
The cooler weather. Fall's nice in Pennsylvania. But, man, I'm a spring guy, dude. I love this time of the year. I went disc golfing yesterday. It was 30 degrees. And
I saw that, dude, in the snow in the ground.
Dude. Well, we went there to look for discs because everything's dead.
Right.
And then we got out there, and the wind wasn't really blowing. And I was like, fuck it, dude.
Let's throw some. Yeah.
So, I'm a spring guy because I love when the weather breaks, man. If there's something about it, you can smell it in the air.
So my thing is, if you'd ask me which is my favorite season, I'm gonna go fall. I'm a giant fan of fall, just I love that kind of the leaves changing,
right?
Throwing a zip up hoodie on to go outside kind of thing. I love that.
And being comfortable.
Which one I enjoy the beginning of more? It's always spring. Right. I always look forward to spring because I am anti-cold weather. I fucking hate cold weather. I hate snow. I think my body temperature runs a couple degrees colder than everybody else's. So like some other people may be like, and this is a fight in the house constantly. The thermostat. The wife doesn't mind it a couple degrees colder. But I'm like, no, dude, I'm shivering. I'm freezing.
Right.
And she's like, well, I'm sweating. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're sweating. I'm comfortable. I just want to be comfortable, and that's it. And comfortability never comes in for me until spring and the warm weather. Like, fuck cold weather. fuck wearing a coat.
No,
Fuck
exactly,
being
dude. I can't
cold.
believe we're
I can't
moving
do
the
it.
clocks forward this weekend.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Cause then that's the thing. It's like, well, now it's a little bit lighter later, so it's a little bit warmer later.
Right.
So now I'm starting to get a little, but the sun's going to start coming around, and it's going to start being a little bit lighter later on, and that sun's going to be a little bit more powerful early in the day, and it's going to warm you up a little bit. That I'm a spring guy all the way. I want that. Like, nothing beats that break in spring after that fucking shitty winter.
I know this has been a bad one, dude, because it's still 10 degrees outside.
Yep.
And I've just had it. So that's the SSP. Are you more of a spring person or a fall person, I guess? And then,
That's it. Yeah. That I will you'll word that in a way that makes it
right.
tighter than
I will.
it is at that point. But yeah, absolutely. It's always bring me into that nice weather, and I dread going into the fucking winter months.
Yeah, I miss me with all that. I'm done with it, dude. This has been the worst winter I can remember in my entire life.
Shit, Al. Dude, I don't know what happened today, but we talked about some naked people and rap.
I'm never telling that story again.
Naked
Dude,
people and rap music. Al, I'm gonna need a title for this one this week. So if you come up with anything, feel free to send it my way, sir.
All right. I'll think of something.
Yes, sir. Until next week, brother.
All right, my man.
Later, son.
Peace.